What's cooking? You are very welcome to What's Cooking right here on Channel 1 TV. My name is Apioko. Now, what we do on this show, we bring interesting human beings, Ghanaians or otherwise, who spend time with us in Ghana or who live and work in Ghana, and we just get to have conversations with them. That's really cool, right? And we don't just talk, we cook while we're doing it. And we're going to be doing a lot of that today. Today's menu is very interesting, especially coming from someone who is a research, finance, taxation, all of that kind of person. He's a guru in that field, but he's coming to make banku with hot red pepper. And then he has some corned beef here. He's going to fry some eggs as well. We have got some sausages or frankfurters. Some people say these are not real sausages, that they are frankfurters, but it's a sausage of a kind, I suppose. We have those as well, chicken to be precise, and fried red snapper. Right, so I think this is a very interesting meal. It's very simple, very homey. For people who live in Ghana and who understand Ghanaian cuisine, this is something that we love. I mean, take your banku and eat it with pepper and then have some proteins on the side. But let's see whether the banku will be bankuing, and whether the pepper will be peppering, and whether there will be enough salt in the eggs. So I'll introduce my guests when we come back. But don't forget, this show is proudly sponsored by Fortune Rice and Mopa, and then also Frital. You, yes you deserve a life of goodness. Let's go for a break, and when we come back, I introduce my guests and we get cooking. Welcome back. It's still What's Cooking right here on Channel 1 TV, and I am your hostess, Apioko. Now, if you're just joining us, I mentioned that today we're making something very simple but very interesting and absolutely delicious. It's banku with hot pepper, and then we've got some red snapper as our main protein. We're going to fry it. We've got some sausages or frankfurters here, chicken. So if you want to do beef or whatever, that's fine, but these are chicken. We have corned beef here, and we're going to fry some eggs as well. And this is a very simple meal that a lot of Ghanaians love. It's quick, it's easy, it's traditional, and so you get the best of the Ghanaian taste, the Ghanaian culinary excellence, but at the same time, you get the convenience. Now, I'm not going to make it myself. No, I'm just here to cheer the chef on. Now, the gentleman I'm about to introduce, he's a good friend, he's a brother, he's no stranger to us here at Channel 1 TV and City FM. He appears quite frequently on Breakfast Daily here on Channel 1 TV during the week. He does a very important job, indeed several important jobs, but there's one in particular that we tend to deal with him on for. And so I'm going to introduce him, Paul Eric Ofori, who used to be Paul Williams or something like that. He will tell us why he changed his name. But Paul Eric Ofori is my guest today, coming to do this sumptuous thing here in the kitchen. And he's the head of research and training at COPEC. And we'll talk a little bit about what his job is, because I know a lot of Ghanaians, we love to hear from COPEC because they protect the interests of the consumer when it comes to petroleum prices, all the fuel prices that go. COPEC will come and let us know, no, they are not being fair to you, they should scrap this tax, no, they have to do this. Yeah, so we'll talk a little bit about that too. But please help me welcome Paul Eric Ofori. Hi, Paul. What's going on here? Oh my Lord.
Banku ba. Yes.
Look, this had better be the best banku I've eaten in my life.
Because I mean, you can't have Paul here, and I mean nothing short of what your expectations are. So just relax.
But how did you learn how to make banku? I'm curious. Because the way you're quick to say no, you want to make banku.
So my other mother.
Okay.
No, because my dad is a chief.
Yes.
Usually. Chiefs have more than, as traditions,
Yes.
So the old boy had a gun wife.
Oh, really?
And
I didn't know. You didn't tell me that.
Yes, he did. And occasionally, she would do the banku on the stove, and it was quite admirable. So I had to sneak myself in there No, once in a while, just to learn the process. And then together with Minsa, I was learning how, the whole process and stuff goes. So for Banku, just sit back and relax.
No challenge. I was saying that no challenge.
You'll be wowed. You'll be wowed.
Okay. I trust you. I trust you. You've never disappointed me. So
of course.
I've washed my hands already, but we can wash them again.
Yes.
But we have our ingredients here. We have the corn dough, which is very essential for Banku.
Of course.
And we hardly say Banku is a cassava based. We say it's a maize based meal. So corn dough is here. We have a cassava dough as well. And then we have some tomatoes, some onions, some ginger, some garlic, and then some pepper, some hot Scotch bonnet peppers. And I'm sure this is for the hot pepper.
It's going to come
They're
in
very
handy.
specific. That's hot pepper.
Of course.
And then we have some corned beef here as well.
Yes.
Our chicken, sausages,
Right.
fritters.
Right.
We have eggs for the fried eggs.
Beautiful.
And your red snapper.
Yes.
And it's looking very beautiful. So what's this?
Yes, we are just marinating, if you like, spicing up the fish.
This is like a fish spice.
Exactly.
Is it a secret blend of ingredients?
I do not want to disclose because I don't want my opponent out there. You know my opponent?
Don't tell me it's Kabute.
Jeff, yes. Jeff will come in and be shouting, thinking
Jeffrey
that...
Kabute or Kansi?
Yes, so I want to hide this from him, just so he doesn't get all my secret
I think I can
stuff.
smell some onion powder.
Everything else is in there. Everything else is in there. And,
I have some juice here for you.
Oh, auntie sweet.
Some juice so that
Auntie, we're
as we
darling.
talk, you can just
Be sipping it.
lubricate your
You are
throat.
doing well.
Okay, so now what are we
Yes.
doing with the fish? We're just going to let it sit
Yes,
for some time.
let it sit for a while, simmer a bit,
Okay. So I'll just put it
some
here.
5-10 minutes.
Or should it be in the fridge?
No.
Here it's
Yes.
fine, it should be out.
Whilst we deal with the...
Okay,
Okay.
so what's next?
Yes, next is for us to sieve this bread in here.
So at this point, you're just,
Yes.
getting all the
I'm
lumps
just
out.
trying
so
to
I
mix it
sieve it.
thoroughly, just so I can get all the
Do you need
others.
some more water, or we are fine for now?
I think just a little bit
A
will
little
do.
bit more water?
And
Okay.
This should
I'll
help.
take it from
There
here.
you go.
This enough?
Yeah. It's okay. Thank you. You and Kasa, you are sweet too. You are not like my
Like your
other,
brother? Like that one?
Yes, so
Well, we thought you should come and do a kitchen war one of these days. Now.
Oh,
Pit you
that should be
against each
fun.
other.
That should be fun. And I'm sure you all know who is going to lose.
Me, I cannot prejudge what I have not seen.
Oh, Apioko, it's like you're already doubting me.
I'm not doubting you,
Yeah. This
I'm
one
not
that you are
doubting
beginning
you.
to doubt me.
but you can't determine the winner. That's match fixing.
Okay, so you need to be doing this slowly just so you have a thorough mixture.
Okay, so let me.
You'll
I'll
be helping me
pouring it
out
for
then.
you.
Because I had a feel you.
I'm a
but
very good sous
You
chef.
see, you see.
See, so if you
You're able
start
to
the
tell from.
restaurants, then I'll just come in now.
You just
I'll be your
manage the
sous chef.
place.
Yeah, I'll be your sous chef.
That my brother cannot do this. Yet he just be, da blow. Why he can't do this? The best he could do was what? What's the name? Anwamu. Anwamu. Even kids. I'm sure my small girl can do Anwamu.
We need to show our viewers some pictures of the person you're talking about. Maybe even play a snippet. So
Perhaps
let's take a look at
they
that.
appreciate
Yeah, so they know who we're talking about. Let's take a look at that. Hey, what are you holding?
That's my wisdom pot. You drink so.
You are
smoothly.
so dramatic.
Sometimes you have to let life be easy.
So what's in the wisdom pot?
Any other drink you want to drink, but you have to just drink in moderation. That's why you need a smaller pot like this one. And then there's a sip for it. Yes, drink that.
Like, look, I told you, this
Life
guy's
is
he's a whole mood. So that's, who he keeps referring to, Jeffrey Kabute or Kansi. Yeah, very interesting.
My other
character.
brother.
We love him, but yeah.
Okay, so what I'm doing, I'm just making sure we mix this thoroughly. and you don't want to have lumps in there, so that at the end of the day, during the cooking stage, it doesn't turn out
So you are
differently.
treating this stage with care.
Of course, of course. You need to be very meticulous.
So all of this has
Yes.
bearing on the final outcome of the
Yes,
banku.
yes, yes, yes. All right.
Okay.
Yes, this should be it.
Like the counter hits.
Thank you.
Okay, so what happens next?
Yes, so I need to use the what's the name of this in Pikra? Bankuta to check to see if the mixture.
But what would
Yes,
you have
yes.
called this in English?
This one.
Yes.
Do I even know? Kabu, can you help? Kabute, I hope you are watching there. You see what I'm doing?
Distribute.
I'll need the spoon at this point.
Okay,
too.
for the salt?
Yes.
You did fear. Let me help you out.
You want to? Please do, please do. Let's go. This one there is senior measurement. Appeal.
Tell me
Appeal.
if it's enough.
Okay, let's go.
Still?
We haven't gotten anywhere. Appeal, pour the 10 la.
Is it okay? That's salt there, you can't go back.
Yeah, I know. That should be good.
Okay.
Yeah.
But I'm going to get a spoon so I save you from your misery.
Right.
The next time.
That way you're able to measure. This one that my friends were shouting Jesus, looks like they've already lost hope. Unya GDA. Share.
Paul, behave. We're going to go on a break soon, but before we do, I
Yes,
just want to
yes.
ask you one question.
Talk to me.
Should I put the fire on?
Yes, please.
Okay. So I want to find out. You
Yes.
used to be Paul
Yes.
Williams. Now you're Paul Eric Ofori. What
Mm-hmm.
happened? How did your name change?
The story is told in many folds, but I'll make it simple. So it turns out I was named after my grandfather, who is Paul Williams Ofori.
Okay.
And then when Daddy was traveling, I think I was around age 4 or 5 thereabout.
Okay.
He left me in the care of my grandpa. And grandpa also happened to be, the headmaster of the school. So whilst registering me, he just put his full names there and then added junior to it. So everybody came to know me as Paul Williams Ofori Jr.
Ofori Jr.
And along the line, somewhere in '98, Grandma passed away, so Daddy had to return to Ghana. And then he found one of my exercise books on the center table, and then he quizzed. So, whose exercise book is this? And then I said, it was mine. And then he was like, when did you change your name? I said, please,
That's always been
for
your
this
name.
battle, you have to go and ask your dad, because, I mean, I have no hand in it. And the response I got was that, gentlemen, if you want to keep paying your school fees, then maintain the name. But if I should be the one to pay your fees, go back there and change your names. So I didn't have a choice.
But how old were you then?
I think I was in class 6 or GHS
And
1.
you-
And this was at Coleman International. So at Nkoko, to be
Nkoko.
precise, yes.
Yeah, we know you're an Nkoko. Yeah, Nkoko.
So I went in there, I spoke to the headmaster, I explained the situation to him. He said, oh, it's fine. To the extent that you are yet to write your BEC, why not?
Paul Eric Ofori, formerly Paul Williams Ofori.
Right.
We're going for a break while
Yes.
you do a nice job of stirring that Banku mixture over there. So we're going for a break, ladies and gentlemen. When we return, we speak to present day Paul Eric Ofori and talk a little bit about the work that he does with COPEC and in other areas. We'll also get a little into his past life, his younger self, understand who he's been, who he was, and how that has influenced who he is now. And then also, we continue the Banku, the
Very
journey
important.
to having Banku with hot pepper, fried eggs, and everything that goes with it. We'll be right back. We're back, and you are welcome back to What's Cooking right here on Channel 1 TV. My name is Apioko. Here we play around in the kitchen and we explore different flavors, different ingredients, and we also get to learn about really great people. And one of those people today that I'm hosting is Paul Eric Ofori. He's the head of research and training at COPEC, and he's making some Banku. And like the Ghanaians who are watching, you understand what Banku is and what it means to us as Ghanaians. But for those of you who, you live abroad, Banku is essentially a corn dumpling. And then we throw in a bit of cassava or yucca, depending on which part of the globe you're from, in there as well. All right, so yeah, very interesting meal, very important to our cuisine. And we're having it with some hot pepper. You know, Ghanaians, we love our spice, we love our heat. So you have some Scotch bonnet peppers here, some onions, some garlic, some ginger, some tomatoes. And we're going to begin making, well, Paul's going to do that, begin making the hot pepper to go with the Banku. It's not a stew, it's more of like a salsa, a sauce, but very hot, okay? Very peppery, very spicy. And then we're going to have some fried red snapper, which has already been seasoned, and it's just waiting for us to allow it to swim in some oil so that it comes out nicely fried, golden, crispy, and fried. And then we'll have some fried eggs as well, some corned beef, and then some chicken sausages or frankfurters.
Right.
Alrighty. So we're chopping the garlic.
Yes.
I see you decided not to use a blender.
No.
We are blending,
I wanted the natural
or we are
way.
grinding this pepper
Right.
the traditional way.
Yes, the
in the asanka,
Ghanaian way.
in the potoriwa,
Yes.
in the vegba, in the ka, depending on what you call it.
The can, eh?
Yes.
Okay.
In English, very simply and boringly put, it's an earthenware bowl.
Yes. Yes. Yes.
You know.
Okay, so we are getting our pepper underway, and I just want to chop the onions into smaller pieces
Okay.
so that it makes the grinding easier.
All right, you mean the ginger? So this is the
Ginger, yes,
Okay.
yes, my bad.
And this is fresh ginger. You know.
Yes,
I mean,
yes.
it's one of the things that we love about our food, right? It comes from the earth. A lot of it comes from the earth. So even when you buy from the market, you can see that it's been harvested. Even though it's been cleaned and arranged, you see a bit of the sand, you come home, you wash it, everything is really organic. And I think it's one of the things that makes our food special as well.
I agree.
Okay, so Paul Eric Ofori, formerly Paul Williams Ofori. We've heard that story, very interesting. But let's talk a little bit more about you. I mean, you do so many things. I mean, you've been a student politician, you're the Speaker of Parliament when you were in school at some point. You've done the Youth Global Parliament as a speaker.
Yes.
Yeah, I mean, that's huge. We also know that you're an Nkoko Boga. Nkoko Boga, straight out of the Eastern region. And you're the son of a chief. So what was your growing up like? You know?
Okay. Growing up, huh? It wasn't the everyday Ghanaian type of growing up, but it was all good. I spent a greater part of my life at Nkoko, but prior to moving to Nkoko, I was at Pramkesi.
Pramkesi?
Yes. I'm sure Samens is very familiar with that side. So from Nkoko to Pramkesi, from Pramkesi to Nkoko, that's where I began my basic education proper. At Coalmine International.
But how did you end up at Nkoko? Was it that the family moved there, or you had to go and live with someone? How did that happen?
That's why my father will fight me, but I'll still have to say it. You know, Daddy had a second wife there, so I had to go live with Daddy's wife's sister, so my aunt, if you like. And she took me to Coalmine, enrolled me there. I went into the school to write what is called the entrance exams. I failed.
Interesting.
And the sad part is I couldn't even spell my name, the Paul.
Why not?
You see, at the village, the English you hear are quite limited. You only hear good morning, good afternoon, good evening, break time, lunch time, closing, pretty much.
So is that why you believe your father sent you to Nkoko? Is it that he
Yes,
wanted you
yes,
to
yes.
have
He wanted
more
me.
exposure to the English language? Because really, if you're going to do certain things and reach certain heights in Ghana, the truth is that whether you like it or not,
True.
English is a working
Basic.
language.
Yes.
Was
yes.
that one of the reasons why he sent you there?
I think so. I think so. And then more so, he being in the U.S., seeing the sort of education other kids were having, he also wanted something better for us. So he took me there, and I didn't get the admission, but some way, somehow, when we were leaving the school, because I couldn't spell my name was a Paul. Guess the spelling.
Paul.
Yes.
No. P-A-W.
I made it P-U-A-L.
P-U-A-L.
Yes, and then the director of the school was like, no. Even if we need to give you a chance, perhaps class 3.
Okay.
And this is somebody who was supposed to be in class 6.
Okay, so you were still mixing up your letters.
Yes, not just that. I just couldn't express myself even at that level. Because like I said, back in the village, it was difficult, you know.
And as far as you know, it wasn't because of any learning disability?
No.
It was just a lack of
It
exposure
was just
to
the
what
type
you
of
needed to
education
know.
that we were receiving at that end.
Okay.
All right, and the quality of teachers as well. So that we, if you like, those coming from the hinterlands are always at a disadvantage, if you like.
Of course, unfortunately.
Yes, so some way, somehow, the director's wife, may so rest in peace, she quickly intervened and said, listen, let's give him a chance. So guess what? They put me in class 5. And then the very first
very
day,
lucky.
the very first day they put me in that class, I went in there and I met a class test.
Day 1.
That early morning.
What kind
test.
of test is this?
Agric science. So Mr.
So
Yurebi,
it wasn't just a science test, it was a life test. What kind of
so Mr.
first
Yurebi,
day?
Mr. Yurebi was teaching.
Do you
and
remember
then,
how you felt?
oh, you have no idea.
I'm sure you were so anxious.
Somehow, I got 10 over 20.
Okay.
And
50% is good.
and then those who were in the class before I got in, some of them had 0.
So this was which language? I'm sorry, which subject?
Agric.
Agric. Okay.
And you can imagine the canes they received for making me a newcomer pass them while they had been in the class for only God knows how long. Yes. And gradually we got used to the place.
Did that boost your confidence?
Oh,
that
yes, it did.
incident?
It did. And then the school also had this system where every morning before the start of classes, there's what is called orals. So we do the oral English where you get to know your tenses, the proverbs and what have you. And that is what helped some of us, you know, construct simple sentences in English.
I mean, of course, it's language.
And
you need to speak it to be able to speak it. So.
And guess what? The first day, when it was, the bell was told for break, my colleagues...
See your English show. When the bell was told, someone who couldn't speak English, right?
My colleagues were, you know, signaling me to go with them, you know, to the canteen. I just, you know, gave them a sign.
I'll catch up
for obvious reasons. I mean, I couldn't tell them that I couldn't speak English at the time, so I gave them the sign, and then they left me. So just a few minutes after they had left, I realized that some of the girls decided to play ampe, you know, in the classroom. And then there was one guy who had gone to the canteen and was returning. So on his way, I remember him say to the girls, please give me way. And then I realized that all of them had moved to one side, and then he passed and then came over to my side. So I had to memorize that statement very well.
Please give me way.
But I went in there and I just said, give me way.
Yeah.
And then I saw that they had moved to one side, but you could tell from the looks
They
on
were,
their faces.
they were not happy.
Yes.
Very offended.
I'm sure they were this guy is arrogant or something.
Very offended.
But
I
I wasn't moved at all.
I'll come to come and clear them in the class test now, telling them to give you.
So it turns out that the lady at the canteen also spoke English. And so it means that all form of communication has to be in English. I'm like, so I had to stay back and observe how they were communicating with the lady. So one comes in with the money, drops it and says, I'm buying meat pie 1, Fanta 1. Then he puts the money down. She hands over the food, or if you like the snack, and then any change, if any. So I observed that for a while, and then I also took out my money, went to her, placed it on the counter, and said, Sister Aisha, I'm buying meat pie 1, Coke 1. Yes, so I took that, and guess where I went to sit? I wouldn't go sit at where everybody sits, because one way or the other, somebody will come and engage you in a conversation, and you find yourself, wanting. So I went to hide in an obscured corner somewhere, did justice to my snack, and then quickly rush back to class. Even when I had a pen friend, if you like, a pen pal, back in the day. Yes, so I had a friend called Zanzi.
The young people watching us, you know what the pen pal is. No, you should research, Google it, ask your parents, what is a pen pal? Pen, as in P-E-N, when you write it, and pal, P-A-L. What's a pen pal?
Yeah,
we used to have them, not anymore.
Oh, you had one, huh?
Oh, I had plenty pen pals over my lifetime.
That's nice.
Yeah, I belong to the generation that knows no social media and
okay.
and the early days of internet, but at the same time,
right.
I was alive when social media came, so I know how it's evolved and I know how to use it.
Right.
A very fortunate generation to know both worlds.
Yes. So that was us. That was how the story ended with Coleman.
I see, and you became one of the top two. No,
yes,
but even from the story, it's obvious that you had always been a very intelligent and impressionable young man.
We try.
It's clear, because for you to even stand back, memorize, so observe situations, memorize what people are saying, and then now use it and communicate with the same language and body language. That's a very intelligent person you're talking about. So please take your flowers.
I'm honored.
Take your flowers. So our pepper is ready now, and Paul expertly grinded it in the asanka, and you can see images of that there. Our banku is ready as well. Very nicely wrapped. You know your craft. Respect.
I told you I was going to surprise you.
No, but I'm not surprised. I'm just excited that you lived up to expectations.
Something my other brother cannot do.
Oh my gosh.
You see, yes.
That's
the fact.
But I see that you're doing something. You start slicing some of the fresh hot peppers. What are we using this for?
So I'm going to add this pepper to the eggs.
Okay.
I learned this from a Nigerian friend who made me taste it for the first time, and ever since it's been a recipe I always enjoy. So let's all have a taste of this. We'll add just a bit of it to the eggs, then we beat it, and then go ahead and fry.
Okay, we've got.
All right. Can we go?
You can go.
Okay, 1, 2, 3, and there we go. Ta-da!
I like that. I can see that you have fun when you're cooking.
Oh, of course. I mean, cooking should be fun. And as far as I am concerned, you can't be all, worked up whilst cooking. If it's not something you love, you better not go in there in the first place, right?
Your spatula is ready.
Alas.
Alas.
Are we gonna fry all? Okay, so just one.
Oops. So just like that.
Oops. Oops.
Okay.
Oops. Okay. There you are.
Very
And that
Gorgeous.
is our egg.
It's gorgeous.
Next on the
Okay.
bill is
The sausages.
sausages, yes.
So we need some more oil,
Yes.
obviously.
Some more frito.
Specifically,
Yes.
some more
yes,
frito.
Yes, some more frito. But Wilma Africa is doing great. I mean,
Oh, they are. Wilma,
And,
I mean, super, super, super
an
duper.
indigenous company. We are proud
super
of them.
duper. They're doing so, and they have so many brands.
Yes.
So
yes,
many brands.
Yes.
They've changed the face of our homes. Really.
I agree. And this has been in our homes since.
That's the
time
thing, whether you
immemorial.
like it or not.
It's been in our homes
Frito
since.
is a
since.
Ghanaian ingredient.
Yes.
It's a Ghanaian ingredient. Yeah. I mean, until recently, nobody would say vegetable oil or cooking oil.
I
You say
agree.
frito.
I agree.
Yeah, you say frito.
And there's a brand our parents, our grandparents are quite familiar with.
Precisely.
And that's what we also grew up to meet. And personally,
Trusted brand.
yes, that's what we've been using all the way.
Trusted brand. Trusted brand.
Our fish.
So we thank you, Frito. Thank you for giving us a life of goodness, like we know we deserve. Okay. I'm going to put the fish here
Yes.
because that's next in line.
Next on the bill.
The king of the protein.
So to
All
know.
right, so we're going to try the sausages, we'll try the fish.
Yes.
And then when we come back,
Okay.
we'll eat and we'll talk some more.
Right,
But let's
right,
go
right.
for a break. Don't forget, this is What's Cooking right here on Channel 1 TV. My name is Apioko. The show is sponsored by Frito. You deserve a life of goodness, and Fortune Rice and Mopa. We'll be right back. And we're back, and it's still What's Cooking right here on Channel 1 TV. My name is Apioko. Now, I've had in the kitchen with me today Mr. Paul Eric Ofori, who's the head of research and training at COPEC here in Ghana. But he's done so many things. His life has been very interesting. I think we've learned a lot about you. You have a very inspiring journey, and thank you for being honest about it and sharing the parts that maybe most people would not even want the public to
That's
know.
true,
But I
that's
think that's how we learn, that's how we grow, that's how we also gain confidence. When we've been able to come from certain places, overcome challenges, find our way around life, when we share our stories, then it also allows people to also be better. And I think that's something that every human being should aim to do.
I agree.
Thank you. But it's time to eat. And I know we're both hungry. Because I know, did you eat breakfast? I don't think so.
No.
Neither
I
did
was
I.
in a hurry, so
it's time to eat. And the tradition is the chef of the day does the serving.
Ooh.
And the way you've arranged the food, this is a new take on starfish. You know, you've arranged the 5 snappers in the shape
I
of a
actually
star.
thought
Like it.
it was going to be the other way around.
No,
Just so,
no, the chef of the day does the serving. Yes. Well, I don't know how to say.
But I'll try. What choice do I have?
It's not that deep.
So,
I mean, luckily for you, many of the things, it's just pick as we go.
I know, right?
Yeah,
So, how many balls?
just one.
Fieko?
But the balls are quite,
This is just,
it can't, look, it's even bigger than the palm of my hand. Oh, look at this, look at this.
Okay.
know.
And
If I need more, I'll come back for
Are you
more,
sure?
I guarantee you.
okay, so we have our pepper here,
Okay.
and this is the fish. The other proteins, I'm sure you can see the sausage, the what do you call it?
The corned beef,
The corned beef, and then
fried
the egg.
eggs,
and
the eggs with your slices
yes,
of pepper in there.
yes, so
Let me also pour some juice. for
very
us.
necessary.
But okay, I think I need to give you you need some
spoon.
things to.
Yes.
Here we go.
Thank you.
And then for our newfound starfish and everything else. Yes. Okay.
Okay. The pepper. pepper is
I
a
was
bit
pouring the
spicy,
A bit.
but I'm sure you
Just a bit.
Yes. Would you like
I love the
onion?
way. No, please.
Okay, what about the tomatoes?
Tomatoes, yes. The tomatoes will help me survive this terrain. I don't know. I mean, I just.
Okay, go. Be coming down.
It's fine. I'll be okay.
I'm pretty sure you'll be
I'll be
fine.
fine. That's enough.
Yes.
Thank you.
There you go.
Got some juice for you.
Too sweet.
I am very sweet, actually.
You're actually a darling. Then, okay,
Where
let
do you go
me
next?
just
Okay,
come here.
So you've got a fork here as well.
Okay, there you go.
But you said you didn't know how to serve.
I'm just
So
trying.
here you are
I'm
arranging
just
things on
trying.
the plates.
I'm just trying. I'm just trying.
Okay,
Yeah.
wonderful. Yes, 2, great.
You sure?
Yeah, 2 is fine for now.
Okay, what about the egg?
The egg, definitely a bit of egg. See, I see you're giving me the part with the pepper because you want me to.
No, that's not true.
I'll survive. Very healthy. Okay. So that's a really big portion.
I doubt.
Okay.
There you are.
I should be able to manage this.
Yes, and then we come to the fish.
You have a corned beef too.
Oh, my bad. How do you like it?
Just a little.
Sure.
You know, I'm also getting an experience of how you eat it. So I'm not being too picky. Apart from the pepper bit. Okay.
Follow.
Okay, that's fine. Thank you. Thank you. I like how you're arranging everything on the plate.
The garnishing is very
I want
important,
the
so
small one. Yes.
how did you...
I spotted it a long time
Oh, you
ago.
did, huh? Okay, oh, I should have used the fork. That's fine. There you go.
Thank you. Ha!
So that is your plate.
It looks very beautiful.
Let me try and see if I can do something to mine.
Try
Or
and
you want to fix that for me?
No.
The devil is a lie.
But you have done this. You've literally painted on my plate with food.
Okay.
Okay.
Then
The pepper.
get some pepper at the side.
I like that.
Don't worry, you'll be fine with the pepper. It's
No.
friendly.
I'll be okay.
It's
I'll
very
cite
friendly.
myself.
Yes, you need to.
And the onion.
Yes. Some tomatoes to go with.
Okay.
Just a little bit more.
Which fish are you going? It has to be this one. It has to be this one. Yes, it has to be this one.
Since you are insisting.
I am.
Yes.
Let me get the tail. There you
Okay.
go. Okay.
Let me just fetch a little from here.
Okay. And then as for how you cut the egg there, I don't understand. How many pieces of sausage are there?
No, this one should be fine.
So Media, you wanted me to take 5, but
Let me a lady come on.
how is this?
That's the difference.
Okay.
So that's it for me here.
Wow. Alrighty.
Okay,
Okay.
that's about it.
So now we can eat.
Ah,
And just as we start eating, I have a question for you.
you do?
So how did you get interested in there's accounting, all these numbers related things, and how did you end up at COPEC?
Okay.
As for COPEC, like I said earlier, very important to Ghanaians because you let us know. We use so many petroleum products. We
Right.
just finished cooking. There's LPG there, the fuel that we used to get around petrol, diesel. Until quite recently, you find many homes using kerosene.
True.
Now, not so much, but there are still those who do. And you go to our markets, the bubu and all that, So petroleum products have always been a part of us.
Right.
But I'm just interested in the journey, leaving your Nkoko base and then continuing with your education.
Okay, so the background has always been business. I did business at St. Peter's Secondary School at Nkwetia, and thereafter I proceeded.
Did you want to be a businessman?
I am actually, and then proceeded to the Accra Technical University, and then furthered it at UEW.
Okay, the paper is not that bad.
It's not that bad, huh? See, I told you. I'm not bragging though, but I mean, I wish my brother was here to taste this.
It's
just
actually,
so
it's really
he can
good though.
he can tell for himself that indeed this is a masterpiece.
It's really tasty.
And I'm not bragging. But
No,
I'm
you
sure,
have bragging rights because
I'm
you
sure.
delivered.
I'm sure even when your crew come in to taste, they will have a message for you, after here. So how I ended up at Kopek. Duncan is a very good friend, and he's been like a brother, over the last 10 years. And so
That's Duncan Amwa
yes, he's the executive secretary
of Kopek.
And so when he realized that
And what's
I
the
was,
full meaning of Kopek?
What's cooking?
oh, we have a visitor.
A good neighbor. A good neighbor.
Look who is here.
Yes, a good neighbor who doesn't want to come and susup on your food.
No, you know what?
Oh, okay,
Yes.
okay.
I was so sure
Yes.
that if you showed up today, I'll be able to tell you today there you can't eat because I know you don't like Banku.
Oh, he doesn't.
No.
Oh.
And
sorry.
you,
From over the fence, I could see that there is a energy going on somewhere. energy. I said, okay, let me do the yamusukro and bring it to the table.
know what?
Yamoussoukro.
Yes, yamus.
Oh, so that's the.
Yamus, yes.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh.
And it's nice with the pepper and.
So you can cook.
Young can cook.
You can cook.
Young can cook.
And you carried.
Don't worry. I'm waiting for your baby. I'll cook for you.
My
No.
birthday has even passed.
Let
Oh
me-
no, you just give me some.
Didn't do
I
Let
anything.
me just say.
Since the close season is over, you can give me some red snapper and some things.
Yes, it's very important.
Wow.
Do I use this or I experiment with this one? This will be nice.
Let's go the natural way.
Natural.
I think so.
Oh, natural.
We are all doing
Okay.
natural, so
Okay.
He always eats with his cutlery. So
You
Oh,
see,
he does, huh?
Yes, because
then maybe you should
Inspector.
go that way.
he thinks he has a brand.
Thank you. Let me grab a chair.
Paul, please don't get lost in our conversation. Don't allow
Oh,
this
of
guy.
course,
This is a
of course.
distraction.
Please.
This, my
service.
neighbor, is a distraction.
Oh,
Are
is
you
that
sure?
so? I thought he is a very good neighbor.
No.
Please, what I'm going to do for him, the whole world will know.
Is that the case, huh?
Yes.
Okay.
Somebody who
Yes.
only shows up after the food is prepared.
Ah. But how is he able to know?
Ask him.
You can help me with your
Okay.
phone.
Thank you.
Taste of your
How many?
Two will be fine.
Paul wants to know
I have
how.
to explain the protein. Yes.
What?
Yes.
Your neighbor is really.
Yes.
a
I see
good
some
neighbor.
eggs today. You can bring the eggs.
Taster General, Paul wants to know how is it that you know when the food is ready?
Right. How are you able to detect?
I use my app.
Oh, you have an app?
Yes.
Oh, I see.
Yes.
What's the name of the app?
Oh, you want to know?
Yes.
No, people will download it. I don't want.
That's the whole point. We want to
When
download
people
it.
download your app, then I'll miss the food.
That's the whole point.
Thank you, Mr. Paul.
Okay, so where were we? On the issue of COPEC, huh?
Yeah, so I was asking what's the full meaning of Coke?
Yes, that's Chamber of Petroleum Consumers. Mind you, there's also OPEC.
Yes, there is.
Are you producing and exporting countries?
Right. Ghana is not one.
No. And that's different. Nigeria is a member. Ghana is not a member yet. So we just started, a few
are
years ago. So we are just
We are babies.
We are still teething, so I'm sure we'll get there. So Duncan met me. I was doing a project with PwC under the receivership. So I had just ended that contract, and then he met me. He's like, hey, you have to come and join me, whether you like it or yes. So I obliged, and the rest they say is history. And that has been the story, till date. Yes.
So, as a head of research and training, what's your job? Like, what does it entail? What does a typical day look like for you?
It's quite an interesting one, We do a lot of extensive, research, especially you have to get to know what's happening on the international market, benchmark prices, as far as the petroleum products are concerned. Then you also come in country, how our downstream is doing, because we basically deal with the downstream sector. And when I talk of the downstream, I'm talking of the BDCs who import the product into the country.
As a bulk oil distributor.
Yes. And then the OMCs, that's the oil marketing companies who go to take the product from the BDCs and then retail them so that you and
us.
can buy them. So we, as a consumer advocate, we make sure that it is not just enough to have the product at the retail end, but we also are interested in the value for money, one, and then also the quality of the product that you are being served with. So at all material times, we visit the various outlets to make sure that you are being served the right quality and then also the quantity. And over the period, I'm sure you must have heard of what is called fuel adulteration.
Right.
And by some of our services and our advocacy, it's rather gone down, unlike before. And also, I'm pretty sure you must have heard of what happened at some of the OMCs somewhere last year, November, December, or should I say October, November, thereabout, where some vehicles were breaking down because of fuel. So we make sure that we stand in that gap between the regulator, the distributor or the outlet and consumers, so that their rights are always protected. Where there is the need to even take a legal action, we have also done that. So our interest at the end of the day is that you, the ordinary consumer, you are being served the right quality, and you are also getting value for money. And that's essentially what we do.
But what keeps
and then
you
also
going in
we
this
do
job?
projection.
Okay.
You see,
That we know a lot of. Yes, we see a lot of that.
The projection is critical as far as our work is concerned. You see, at all material times, you need to keep the consumer informed. It shouldn't be the case that he'll get to the pumps and then the prices will take him by surprise. No. So sometimes 3 days to a pricing window, we come up with our projections, and then it's published in the media just so consumers can know what is ahead of them or what to expect. And for the period that we've been doing this, almost 99% of the time our predictions are right. And that has been the driving force. And the last time the World Bank was in our office to commend us for the kind of job we are doing, because they've seen that over the period, our advocacy, our projections and everything has been on point.
You're not just there doing
we're
politics.
proud. No, not at all.
Just trying to fight for relevance, but you're doing something that really helps
I see
the
their
society.
job as giving every government pressure. That is
Of course.
Giving pressure.
By the way, we are not a pressure group. Just for emphasis.
Let's be clear.
Yes.
But, so I was asking, what keeps you doing what you're doing? I mean, how do you get your funding? How does it work? Because consumers, we don't pay you for this work. All the information you give to us, to the public on a daily basis, we don't pay you for that. So how does it work?
Okay. We do a lot of market analysis and market research. And we have new entrants coming on board almost every time. So they come to our office to know what the market really is and how they can also penetrate. So we do a lot of consultancy services. And
these are new oil marketing companies, new players in the oil and the petroleum chain, value chain, and they want to know,
exactly.
we want to be a bulk oil distributor, we want to be an oil, so how does it work, that kind of thing. Okay.
Or the LPG MCs too. If you want to set up a new, LPG MC, you want to know how the market terrain is. We've done all the analysis and all of that. So they come in, they consult, and then we take a little fee from them. and also our research that we do. Basically, that's how we are able to fund ourselves, at the office. And occasionally also, we get some form of sponsorship here and there.
Okay.
And that has been coming in very handy.
Are
for
there
us.
grants?
Yes. Sometimes you have some of the OMCs supporting, your work. So they come in
Because
with
what you do also helps them.
fuel vouchers, sometimes to facilitate our work, and that's how we've been surviving over the period.
So what you do is actually very much a labor of love, and it's public service.
If you like, yes, generally, yes.
So when you personally engage with the figures and all the information that you see, how does it make you feel? Do you get a rush? Do you get a high? How does it feel for you?
See, just like I mentioned, when we were in the office and we had the World Bank coming in, that was a plus for us. And also, we get recognition even from the regulator. Sometimes the Standard Authority also recognizes our work. And sometimes the ordinary consumer, they just come in there and say, hey, we appreciate the work you are doing. And some of these little things, inspires us, motivates us to do even more. As we speak, we are planning a training program for drivers with the TUC. And GPRTU under the TUC. So we hope to get it done pretty shortly. And then we'll let them know, some of the issues, especially with catalytic converters and all of that. So basically, those have been our driving force, and it's pushing us to do what we are doing. It's gratifying to see drivers walk to the station, and then they get to see that the prices we predicted are exactly what is there, and then they call us to commend us. We thank you. If not for this information,
Yeah,
or
be
that
able to
information,
budget.
exactly, yes,
To plan for the week.
right.
Wow.
Paul, loved having you. You're such a ball of fire, so much fun. And I see that you have a lot of determination. You've had that from a very young age.
See you.
So that's something that a lot of people need to learn. Yeah. Thank you. Thank you for joining
I'm
us
honored.
today and for inspiring us.
Our
But,
neighbor.
Taster General,
Yes.
your verdict. So you see,
You see,
he will show up when the food is ready, but he wants to be the one to tell us how good the food was. So
this your
over to you.
pepper is a very nice saucy pepper.
What?
And the protein, the close season that has been open. The fish too, red snapper.
Which one is the close season?
So we are in the season.
You know, we weren't allowed to do any artisanal fishing or anything. Yeah. So
okay.
Yes,
now,
so
now it's open.
now it's open with the key.
The key.
So this is on the oil market. Yes, this one will go on the oil market.
I mean, to be fair, there are a lot of fried things here, so
Yeah.
it explains why he's interested in that.
Because of the oil, eh? There you go.
So this is number one.
It's number one on the
Yes,
oil market.
yes.
Number one on the oil market.
Local food.
Number one on the oil market.
Yeah.
Oh, thank you so much.
Thank you for having me.
Maybe we'll bring you back again so that you can do a kitchen war with
Who, my other brother?
yes, your other brother.
My other brother, if you are watching this, listen, Apioko has tasted, our neighbor has also tasted, and you can see clearly
The difference.
satisfaction on their faces, unlike what you did.
Oh,
So that is the difference. That's the vast difference between you and I. When next it happens that you and I are paired, my brother, you relax. I'll just floor you. Thank you.
ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for joining us today. My name is Apioko. Of course, my guest has been Paul Eric Ofori. He's the head of research and training at COPEC, and it's been such a joy, such an honor to have him in the kitchen with us today. Don't forget, the show is sponsored by Fortune Rice and Mopa. Frital, you, yes you, deserve a life of goodness, and we're so grateful that you've tuned in today. We'll see you next week.